I'm bored, it's summer, let's make a series. I'm an American who has a slight obsession with football, so I decided why not make a series about all the clubs in the English football system, all 92, from A to Z or A to W, you understand. So, Accrington Stanley, who are they? In recent memory, Accrington have gotten promoted from League 2, but fell short this season and finished second from bottom of the 22-23 League 1 season. So how did they get to this point? Well, to look back, Accrington Stanley was one of the 12 teams to form the Football League in 1888. But this run didn't last long, as they would later resign from it in the 1893 season. In 1922, they were founding members of the Football League's new 3rd Division North. They would eventually end up playing in the 3rd Division in 1958, but they were relegated to the 4th Division the following season. With the club bottom of the league, the club sent a letter of resignation from the Football League that was later accepted. The club would eventually spend 4 seasons in the Lancashire Combination, but would eventually be disbanded. Accrington Stanley was later reformed 2 years later and would play at the 5,450 capacity stadium, the Crown Ground, in which they still play today. The club would eventually start its rise to the Football League, supported by the selling of Brett Almerod from Blackpool to Southampton for £1 million. Accrington previously sold Brett to Blackpool for $50,000 with the clause of Accrington receiving a quarter of what Blackpool made off of Brett. With this money, Accrington would eventually win the Northern Premier League and get promotion to the National League. First season in the National League, Accrington got 10th place and would later turn professional the following year, achieving another 10th place finish. They would eventually gain promotion back into the Football League in 2005-06, winning the league with 91 points. The season was secured by the likes of Paul Mullen and Rob Elliott for Accrington. The next 3 seasons resulted in a 20th, 17th, and 16th place finish respectively. Though the former mediocrity was finished in the 2010-11 season when Accrington reached the playoffs through the efforts of Jimmy Ryan up front and midfield Sean McConneville. They would eventually lose in the semi-final to Stevenage. The following season, Accrington suffered the loss of club captain Andrew Proctor of the Preston North End. They would also lose manager John Coleman and Jimmy Bell, departing for Rochdale. Paul Cook from Burnley would eventually be brought in as manager for the rest of the season, securing a mid-table finish for the club. In 2015, businessman Andy Holt took over the club, completely wiping the £1.2 million debt and providing a further £600,000 worth of funds. The club would eventually reach the playoffs again in 2015, losing to eventual winners Wimbledon in the semi-final. The following season, the club suffered another mid-table finish due to the likes of Tom Davies, Ross Etheridge, and Josh Windass leaving the club. In the 17-18 season, the club finally achieved promotion, finishing top of the league with 93 points, 5 points over second place Luton. The following season, Accrington would finish mid-table before suffering relegation in the 22-23 season, finishing second off bottom, 2 points from safety. Overall, Accrington has a rich history of being a founding member of the Football League, but has suffered through many years of poor form, which was seen in this most recent season, with them sometimes going 7 matches without a win. Though I wouldn't be surprised if Accrington were to reach playoff spots next season and maybe even get promotion back into League 1. So that was a brief history of Accrington and Stanley explained by an American. So the next video will be about AFC Wimbledon. That will be coming up shortly. Thank you for watching.